Next episode. So there's a nativity scene, and somebody stole the baby Jesus, and they get it back? Next episode. A guilty remnant member is found murdered. Next episode. So we get a Nora episode. We see her stocking her fridge with all the things her children enjoyed eating. Yeah, I think it sets up extremely well this idea of how we gravitate to habit when faced with trauma. Nora calls up an escort and invites her in, and we're in this great place of uncertainty around the whole encounter. We can tell Nora is nervous, but we're not entirely sure why. Nora explains she hired the escort to shoot her. At first, the escort is reluctant, but ultimately accepts. Yeah, I think this entirely plays into our extreme shame over our own personal wants and desires, right? It's things we're compulsively drawn to, but we are convinced look as bizarre as asking someone to shoot you from an outside observer. Yeah, it's really intense. It's really sad and bizarre. It's a ton of feelings. Nicely done, season 1. Nora runs into Kevin at the courthouse, both getting divorces. Nora from her departed husband, Kevin from his wife Lori after she joined the guilty remnant. Nora asks spontaneously for Kevin to go to Miami with her for a departure conference she needs to go to for work. Kevin denies her. He's being practical. It's this lovely little scene too. Nora wants to be impulsive and instinctual. We saw this well displayed in her previous scene. Kevin is being a realist, pushing down his urges and wants. I think we've all been in that situation. Sometimes we're the impulsive person, and other times we're the responsibility, and how hard that disconnect feels. We get a brief glimpse of the crowd responding to Nora's chosen profession. It seems like the crowd views her as almost like a departure denier. She makes the event normal since her job is to determine whether people deserve departure benefits. It minimizes the event. It makes it an occurrence that has actual repercussions, and that makes them furious. So Nora checks in, and someone has taken her badge. Instead, she is given a guest badge. Nora blows up over this. It's a beautiful little scene that says so much about Nora. She needs that recognition. And now she is on this mission. She needs to know who has her badge. And she looks and sees that even someone is signed in as her. Yeah, it's interesting. It feels a little bit like Dostoevsky's The Double. We have this real lo-fi idea of a doppelganger for Nora. We see Nora as an obsessive, just like she scolded Matt for in the previous episode. She locks eyes with a woman and knows. She knows it's that woman. She follows her into the bathroom only to find she was mistaken. Nora apologizes, but it's revealed that Nora verbally abused her last year at the conference. It's a great double reveal. I have to admit, this is like a really nice episode for fleshing out Nora. We have this after party at the conference, and it's fucking nuts. Like, they're smoking, they're drinking, they're like taking pills. Holy shit, I mean, now they're all fucking each other. Dude, it's just such like a fast jump into this. And then Funny Games over here is like really pushing the wild event. Dude, did that lady like give them Molly? I mean, I get it. Like, you're winding down at a conference, but do people do this at a conference? Do they get this fucked up? I mean, blackout fucked up? I know you're all going to say that, yeah, that's pretty much every conference. You've been to 100 conferences, but you should focus on the conference. I bet a lot of people worked really hard to get all those chairs in that hotel. People doing PowerPoints. That's work. Nora wakes up and the hotel security explains that Nora is being escorted from the hotel because she damaged bar property. Nora explains that she wasn't in the bar last night, but I mean, all things considered, how much fucking crazier could the bar have been? So again, Nora is screaming it's her doppelganger. Nora goes to a copy shop and makes her own ID. I mean, this is crazy. Nora is stopped by security again with fake credentials, and they also find the gun on her. The head of security is giving her this out. It's an interesting out. He is asking her to admit that she was in the bar and caused the damage. And Nora refuses and goes to the conference, and we finally meet Nora's doppelganger. She gets up to give a protest speech and is pulled out. It was a stunt. And Nora's left feeling disappointed, right? It should have been somebody. It shouldn't have just been somebody. Nora's hoping for something miraculous to happen. Nora then gets to the bar and makes a huge scene at the bar. It's kind of a great thing that 2 Nora Durst have now disturbed this hotel bar. And these 2 fucking extras have to ruin it. I mean, somebody tell them to like tone it down. It's not Oklahoma. Nora is approached by Synecdoche himself. So now we have Nora being vaguely led down a rabbit hole that entirely seems sketchy and definitely a scam. But she does it. I mean, we've seen how impulsive she is the entire episode, which is a lovely juxtaposition for a woman who has to clinically assess people who are extremely emotional about the departure. And we get to see Holy Wayne again. And it's honestly night and day, the difference of his performance. The way it's shot, the actress' performance, the back and forth between Holy Wayne and Nora, we finally walked that line I believe the show was trying to aim for. Holy Wayne seems pleasant but dismissive, intense but caring, direct but obscure. It's complex. It's nice. And now we really have that question right. Is Holy Wayne real? Can he read all those things on her face because we can assume everyone who enters that room experiences all the same emotions, or is he legit? He says he sees his death coming soon, so can he? Or can we all see that death is coming soon? And we have this idea of faith again. So right now, are we watching a woman embrace a spiritual leader who can remove pain, or are we watching a man amazingly trick a woman into paying $1,000 to hug him? It's closure. It's what we all want. And it seems like this episode suggests the way we get closure is someone telling us we have it. It's a choice, but it's a hard choice for us to give ourselves. We need someone who tells us we can be forgiven. Nora seems happy. We see her groceries come out, and it's not stuff for the kids. It looks like it's stuff for her. So did he do it? She puts on new paper towels and everything. She seems better. And look who it is, Kevin. And Kevin comes to tell her that he wanted to go with her. He did, but he said no. Kevin tells her, "You should know though, I'm a fucking mess." It's so adorable and lovely and amazingly honest. So Kevin sees the value in not being so guarded, maybe a little less scripted and reserved, and his ability to embrace his instability. While we see Nora learning to gauge her impulsiveness. It's not Miami, but it's dinner. And maybe that can be exciting too. Next episode. We see the response to the killed guilty remnant member. We show the real star of the show, the Prius, and how much you can fit in that hatchback. It's just a great value, that car. Scotty's hanging out in the refrigerator. I mean, this is what high schoolers do, right? This isn't something that like children do, right? This is what a high school student does. Like, I can see the Losers Club doing something like this, but you know, they're children. These are high schoolers. I know you're all going to tell me you did that in high school, but I don't care. We see another Holy Wayne scene, and it's pretty good. It's nice, ambiguous, kind of that cult feel. I think since we had that previous scene with Nora, it feels a little earned to make him a bit more aggressive. Oh god, a mirror. Fuck. Kevin has another dream sequence. There's a dog in the mailbox. Symbolism? I guess we learn Kevin has these episodes where he's not sure what he does when he's unconscious. Kevin's dad shows up at the house, and he's pretty cool. Kevin's father hears voices, and it's kind of this nice bonding scene with Kevin's daughter because really he showed up to kind of steal their shit from the house and he's on the run, but it's a reason for them to bond. I kind of love what a fuck up he is. It's another parallel of Kevin not being able to embrace the more intrinsic aspects of his nature, while we see his father entirely exhibiting these traits. Kevin's father and Nora. Just saying. And Tommy makes a pretty cool discovery. He finds out he's not the only guy who's being told to transport one of Holy Wayne's pregnant women. It's another cool little ambiguous scene. It seems like such damning evidence against Holy Wayne, or is it a part of his divine plan? Tommy's quest to keep this girl safe felt special. This divine entity told him it was special, and then we find out there is more than just him. So was it a lie? Or is it still special, just not in the way we assumed? Yeah, cool. So Kevin Sr. hears these voices, and again, we're not sure whether they're legit or not. I mean, we can all assume they're not, but the show does this nice, delicate balancing act. It's not judging Kevin Sr. It's allowing us to decide whether we believe him. So Kevin Sr. is explaining this National Geographic issue is important. It's omni-important. And Kevin again rejects this calling. I love that everyone really loves Kevin's dad besides Kevin. Kevin can't accept who his father has become, that his father's just a man like him. He's lost that all-powerful deity that children see their parents as, and even as an adult, he just can't accept that. I like how Tommy and Kevin both hurt their hands here, both for intervening in things that were a bit bigger than them. And baby, till next time.